Just because you have already read a book doesn't mean that it is no longer on your TBR shelf. Like, has anyone heard of rereading a book before? Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda. Today I'm going to be going over my TBR for the Backlistathon, and I'm going to be then vlogging my experience about all of it. So this reading challenge is all about reading books that are on your TBR shelf and knocking them out. Now, I don't have many books on my TBR shelf. I like to keep the number underneath 3 if I can. It has grown, but it is still underneath 10 books. So I am really going to be focusing on finishing up some books that I've been wanting to read, and that includes some books on my TBR shelf, and that includes some books that are on my rereads TBR shelf. I think I should be allowed to do that, and if you disagree, then whatever. Click away from the video. I don't care. I'm also going to include the 2 books that I am currently reading, as I could fit them into some of the categories. Let me just talk to you really quickly about what I'm going to be reading. So there are 6 categories, and I am reading 5 books that'll fill those categories. I definitely could have tricked it and shortened up the number of books that I was hoping to read, but I'm not hoping to finish all of these books in this amount of time. I'm just hoping to at least read some bit of all of them. This really isn't challenging for me. I don't know why I'm thinking like this. Anyway, starting off, the first category is the shortest book on your TBR shelf, and I chose something that I have not read already, and that is The Shades of Magic graphic novel by V.E. Schwab. I am excited about reading this. I bought this in February and I've been needing to knock it out, so this will be the perfect time to do it. The next category is a book that intimidates you, and I left it over there. So for this category, I'm going to be rereading the book The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. I'm hoping to reread this entire series this year in preparation for the 4th one coming out, I think in November. So I will be listening to this. I have the physical one because I got it for $1, but I will be listening to this on audio, and I'm really excited to be getting to it. The next book is a book that someone else recommended to you, and I'm going to be going with an easy out, and that is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. The reason why I'm picking this book is because I'm already in the middle of it. I'm on page 86, and I just need something to fill that category. So yeah. Also, I am rereading this whole entire series with my sister-in-law, who has never read it before, so I'm gonna say she recommended me to read this, even though that's not how they're using the term. They're saying someone who's read it and recommended for you to read it, and I'm going with someone who hasn't read it and recommended that I read it with them. So technically I recommended it to her, I guess. The next one is the book that you are most excited about, and for that I'm going to be doing The Throne of the Five Winds. And yeah, I'm really excited about this book. I'm actually doing a whole entire video on this book, so that'll come out at a different time, way later than this video is coming out, but I'm really excited about that video, so I'm gonna include this in this challenge. The 5th category is you read a diverse book, and I believe with this they meant that the cast of characters was diverse, or that at least a character in the book was not a majority read. And for that, I'm going to be continuing on with the audiobook for The Starless Sea. I'm absolutely loving it. I have about 8.5 hours left, so I'm also kind of hoping to knock that out on day 1. We'll see. And the final category is a book with blue on the cover, and for that one I'm not picking a specific one because it's literally this one, or this one, or this one, or The Starless Sea. It's literally any of the books I just mentioned except for this one. Take your pick, whatever you want to do with it. Yeah, I'm really excited to be getting to read all of these. Hopefully I'll make some major progress on them this week. If I at least read a little bit of all of them, like I said, I'll be super proud of myself. So that's the challenge. The challenge goes from March 9th to March 15th. Today is the 8th. I heard about the challenge this morning, so I'm just getting really hyped about it. I'll be checking with all of you every single night to see how much I read that day. And yeah, today I'm actually going to be reading some of the books, so I'm cheating even more than normal, but whatever. I won't be checking in with you guys tonight. I'll just let you know how much I read today, tomorrow. Hopefully, I don't actually finish one of these books. That would be bad. March 9th. Day 1 of Backlistathon is almost over. It's about 8:30 right now, so I'm going to check in with you guys, and then I'm going to go get a bath. So I finished Harry Potter 2. This is the 3rd one because I already put the 2nd one up. I'm not reading this next. I finished the 2nd one. I read 170 pages of it today to get it finished, and I'm really happy that I did. That was for the prompt recommended books. It was a reread, but I've already argued that point, so no need to get into it. Also listened to 3.5 hours of The Starless Sea, which leaves me with 5 hours left till I'm finished with it. I think I'm gonna save those 5 hours for tomorrow, and I haven't decided yet, but since I'm gonna be taking a bath instead of a shower tonight, just to kind of relax a little bit, I'm either going to be cracking open Shades of Magic or The Throne of the Five Winds, and I'm not sure this moment which one I'm going to do. Finishing the second Harry Potter was good. I didn't like it as much as I have in the past, but I also liked it more than I have in the past. It's like a tricky subject, and I'll talk about that more in my end of month wrap up. And so far the Starless Sea is absolutely amazing. I'm gonna talk about that in another video that's not my end of month wrap up. Until further ado, day 2. It's actually the same night I decided I wanted to update you guys one more time tonight because I've managed to do a lot more reading than I thought. I had my bath and then I realized I needed to edit my friend's story that we're working on, but I only had one chapter to edit. So because of that, it pushed me back a little bit farther than I thought I was going to be. So I picked up Shades of Magic and then I finished it. That wasn't supposed to happen. It wasn't bad. It wasn't amazing. I feel like I have a weird iffy relationship with graphic novels where I almost expect too much from them. I've only been pleasantly surprised once or twice. I'm gonna end up rating it a 4 out of 5 stars because I rate graphic novels a little bit differently than I rate normal novels. And so one of the things that I'm looking at is the artwork in here, and the artwork was phenomenal. So beautiful. The storyline was also very, very good. The reason why I have a hard time with graphic novels is that I just feel like the storylines go too quickly and things like wrap up really fast. The other reason why I'm not rating this 5 stars is because there were a few moments where I wasn't totally sure what was going on or who it was happening to. And so this is definitely something I think I will reread in the future, especially later this year when I'm getting back into the Shades of Magic trilogy. I was just kind of confused in a few spots. Overall though, really, really good. Really enjoyed the characters, really enjoyed the use of magic, really enjoyed the visual associated with magic, so 4 out of 5 stars. Tomorrow I am going to finish the Starless Sea. That is my main goal. And then after that, I'm hoping to get a few chapters of The Throne of the Five Winds. Day 2. Okay, I decided to do a quick check-in instead of at the end of the day, kind of in the middle of the day, because I've made progress. I finished the Starless Sea this morning. I loved it. I rated it 5 out of 5 stars. I absolutely gushed over it the entire time. So phenomenal. I will have another video though talking all about that and a few other books that I'm currently reading coming out very, very shortly. That means next that I need to move on to something else. So I am going to go on a walk really soon. So I think I'm going to pick up the audiobook for The Way of Kings. I'm going to try to see how much of that I can get done before the 15th. I really doubt I'm going to be able to finish it, but as it is a reread, maybe I'll be able to knock a huge amount out of it, but I'm just not sure. My main focus is going to be finishing The Throne of the Five Winds. As this is a physical book, I can't read it while walking. I just don't have that ability. This is 650 something pages, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to finish it by the 15th either, but I'm really going to sit down and try to knock it out. I'm going to try. I will check back in with you guys tonight and let you know how my progress is going. Good morning. I mean, opposite of that. Good night. No, I'm starting the video. How does it start? End of day 2. I started The Throne of the Five Winds, not really into it for a reading challenge. I think it's just going to be a sluggish read, and that's not what I'm looking for right now. So I quit that. Yeah, anyways, I talked to you earlier about how I finished the Starless Sea, so I did finish 1 book today. Yay, that's awesome. That puts me at 3 books done. I started The Way of Kings. I did the math for how much I would have to listen to every single day to get it done by the 15th. And it's a lot. It's just under 4 hours. That is on ×2 speed. So like I'm listening to 8 hours of the book actually. Again, I don't think I'm gonna finish it, but there's just the off chance. I'm really enjoying it for the second time reading it. And then because I quit Throne of the Five Winds, I needed another physical book to be reading. I went through my TBR shelf that I have here. There wasn't anything that I was super excited to read during this challenge, and the slot that I needed to fill was, it was basically like that I'm excited for the book. Oh my god, what was the name? Most anticipated read, I think was what it was called. I'm just gonna be moving on to the 3rd Harry Potter because I need to be reading it this month anyways, and I'm really excited to read it because it's one of my favorite Harry Potters. And if it's the prompt, I'm going to try to read 1 chapter tonight, but it's already past 9 and I'm really tired because of daylight savings time and I'm still not sleeping great. So no promises that I get to it tonight, but if that's the case, then tomorrow I'm really going to try to sit down and read 50 to 100 pages, and I'm really hoping that I can finish this book at least in the challenge amount of time. Let's see, was that everything I needed to say? Oh, I should mention, I listened to, I think it was an hour and a half of The Way of Kings, so 44 hours left. Day 4. At least I think it's day 4. I'm not totally sure. Anyways, I just got out of bath because I'm still incredibly sick. So yeah, I'm on decongestant because I'm still not sure if I have allergies or cold, but I'm really stuffed up. So I'm taking decongestant. And whenever I take decongestant, I just can't physically read. There's just like a fog in my brain and I can't focus hard enough to actually read things. I can still listen to audiobooks, but so that means I have read no more of Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. I'm on page 1 still. I did manage to listen to 4 hours on times 2 speed, so really it's 2 hours of The Way of Kings. That means I'm at like 6.5 hours done right now, which is pretty good. I mean, I wanted to be a lot farther by this point, but I'm looking ahead at the rest of the month past this reading challenge, and if I manage to read kind of at the same pace that I did today, then I'm going to be done in plenty of time. Also found a new way for me to listen to audiobooks completely legally, and I can test out a bunch of them and try them and do all that stuff. So I think I'm going to be able to put in maybe 1 or 2 other books into this reading challenge before it ends, because I found a few really short ones that I want to give a try to. Tomorrow I'm probably not going to get much reading done, and that's the same for Saturday. So honestly, maybe I'll throw in 1 more book Sunday morning or something and try to finish it. The rest of this month is going to be going a lot better than this reading challenge is going. Oh my goodness, this is interesting. I will check back in with you tomorrow and let you know how I'm doing. Hopefully I'm doing a little bit better than I am today. Morning, Amanda here with really bad lighting, unfortunately. It's just daylight savings time. I'm still really sick, but I decided today to pick up This Is How You Lose the Time War, I think it is. I was able to get a hold of the audiobook, so I'm gonna listen to that, but it's only 4 hours long. That's why I'm talking to you in the morning, because I think I might be able to finish it today. If it's good, I'll be able to finish it today, possibly even at work. So I'll let you know now, because I don't want to come to you later and be like, oh, that light just went out. Oh, I'm gonna pick up this book later, and then, oh, I already finished it, by the way. So I'm gonna start on that now. Okay, today is just gonna be a day where I update you as I go. I listened to, I think it was about an hour of, oh my God, decongestant makes my brain so hard to think. This Is How You Lose the Time War. I listened to about an hour of This Is How You Lose the Time War, and I DNF'd it. I really wasn't into it was written back and forth by like letters between 2 people, and I wasn't a fan of that. So I just decided it wasn't for me and I quit. I don't know what I'm gonna be reading next for that category. I think that the most excited, most anticipated prompt is just, I'm not gonna have a book for it, unfortunately. I guess I don't win this challenge, and I already know that, so what's the point of continuing? But like, the point of continuing is just to keep reading. I'll keep updating you as I go. End of day 5. I'm still very sick, but I feel like I'm finally on the road to getting better. Like I stated this morning, I started to listen to This Is How You Lose the Time War, and I DNF'd it. Didn't like it at all. Then I started listening to Malice by John Gwynne, I think is his name. I'm not super into it yet, but I feel like I just haven't really gotten into the plot part of the book. I'm 30 minutes in, so I'm gonna try to give it another hour or so. I'm having to listen on a little bit slower speed because the narrator actually talks at a reasonably fast pace. So I'm listening on 1.75 speed. I have been trying to get this audiobook for almost a year now. Audible used to have it, and then they got rid of it, and they really wouldn't tell me why. So I found it on another audiobook site that I wanted to try out, because I'm trying out a few different audiobook platforms just to help my audiobook obsession. I think I finally found one that I am going to keep along with keeping Audible, and I definitely think I will talk more about that in the future after the free trial ends and I start paying for it and I see if it's actually something I want to do. But in the meantime, I'm very happy with it. Of course, the platform that I'm listening to Malice on is not this platform, so I'm trying out a few different things, and who knows what'll be the final one. But I'll talk to you about that all in the future. Beyond that, I didn't listen to any of The Way of Kings today, and I didn't read any of Harry Potter, although I'm about to get a shower. It's only 8 o'clock. I am pretty tired, thanks head cold, but I am hoping that I can read at least 1 chapter, possibly 2, so that I can just have the book started, and then after that I'm not sure. I think I'm just gonna call it quits for tonight. I don't know how much reading I'm gonna get done tomorrow, but I'll try to check in with you guys before I go to sleep. And then Sunday's the last day. Welcome to day 5. No, it's day 6 today, actually. Welcome to my room in the daylight. Yeah, I don't normally film during the day. This is kind of weird. It's almost 11. Yeah, so today is my nephew's first birthday party, so that's going to take up almost all of my day. I haven't done any reading yet. I edited a video to post on YouTube because it's been a little bit since I posted anything, so I'm really glad I got that accomplished, but I haven't read, so that's kind of annoying. I'm hoping that tonight after the party I'll have some time to get some reading done. I haven't decided if I'm gonna just try to go back into The Way of Kings, or if I'm gonna try to find a different audiobook, or if I'm going to continue on with the third Harry Potter. I'll make a decision in the next clip. Hi, end of day 6. Yes, that is what it is today. Anyways, I'm gonna take off my glasses because they glare. Today I didn't get to read anything because I was at the party all day, and I was actually going to film a I quit this reading challenge end of video kind of early thing tonight, but I did it and it was horrible. And so I started editing the video, and I really like how the video is turning out, so I'm going to continue on with the reading challenge through tomorrow like I should be doing. That means that even though I didn't read anything today, I have to read at least one book tomorrow to be able to have something in every single category, even if I don't finish it. So I'm going to try, and before I get into the books that I'm possibly going to be choosing for tomorrow, I'm going to really quickly talk to you about what happened with the book Malice, because I didn't talk about it this morning and I forgot to. So I was trying out a new audiobook service, and the app that I had Malice on, it was a free trial at the time, kept crashing while I was listening to the book, and then I left my phone open and unlocked, and I was looking right at the app while I was listening to it, and it kept pausing. Like, I would watch the button go from the play button to the pause button, and I wasn't touching it. And this was happening about every 10 seconds, and that was really, really annoying. So I looked up reviews about this app, and a lot of other people said they were having the same issue, and I didn't think that that was worth trying to read this book, because I knew that it would ruin my experience and make me really annoyed and make me hate a book that I could possibly like. So I DNF'd it with the whole entire idea that I will come back to it at some time in the future and give it another shot once I can actually get my hands on it, because I'm having the hardest time finding this book. That means that I have one category to read a book for left before I finish this reading challenge. I at least need to start something, because that was my deal with myself, was I didn't have to finish a book, I just at least needed to start it for it to count in this reading challenge. So I found 3 books that I can borrow, and they are all audiobooks, and they are all under 6 hours. I believe one of them is 4 hours, one of them is 5 hours, and one of them is 6 hours, but 2 of them might be 5 hours, I'm not totally sure. And I'm going to decide tonight, and I'm going to try to read as much as I can tomorrow. Something I forgot about was that tomorrow afternoon I am going to a baby shower, so I'm just gonna have no time this weekend to read. And with that, and then being sick, this reading challenge really isn't what I wanted it to be, but I'm excited that I'm trying anyways. 3 options that I have are City of Ghosts, which is by V.E. Schwab. It kind of sounds like it's going to be along with the Vicious trilogy, but maybe more about the young girl that you meet in that story. I'm not totally sure if that's actually what it is or isn't, but I'm excited because it's kind of spooky. Coraline by Neil Gaiman, which I have seen half of the movie. It wasn't my fault that I didn't finish. We were watching it for class, and then class ended and we just never finished the movie. And I am really, really bad about watching movies on my own. And I really liked the movie from what I saw, so I'd be willing to give it a shot. That's also kind of spooky. And then the third option is Every Heart a Doorway. I got the sample on Kindle, and I read the first 2 chapters, I think it was, and it wasn't bad, but I wasn't really in the mood for it at the time. So I have the audiobook available, and that's also kind of spooky. Wow, I picked 3 spooky reads. I wonder if that says anything about me. Tomorrow morning, I will hopefully have chosen which one I want to listen to and have started it, and I can update you about all of that at that time. Good morning. Last night I decided to listen to Every Heart a Doorway. I picked that one because I had already read 2 chapters in it, so I hate like reading a few chapters and then coming back to a book way later. I forgot to mention that that book is by Sheena McGuire, which the reason why I picked it up is because I just finished Middle Game and I absolutely loved it, and I wanted to try out something else by her to see if I would enjoy it just as much. I listened to an hour last night, and then this morning when I woke up, I've been listening to it, and I listened to another hour, which means I'm at 50% done, which is awesome. It has 4 hours and 40 minutes in the audiobook, so I have on times 2 speed about an hour and 20 minutes left before I finish it, so I definitely am going to finish that today, and that'll accomplish something off of my most excited prompt, which means I will have something in every single category for this reading challenge, which makes me really happy, but I won't have finished everything in every single prompt, which I'm okay with. I'm still very sick. Right now, my head feels a lot better, but my throat is starting to hurt a little bit, so I'm going to try to take it easy today and drink lots of water and have soup and try not to talk as much as I possibly can. Where I'm at right now with Every Heart a Doorway, I'm not loving the book. It has some like creepy, eerie elements, but it's just not totally getting me, and I'm not sure what about it isn't like getting my attention and making me love the book, but it's just not. If the book doesn't catch me any more than it already is, I'm probably going to rate this 3.5 stars. I'll check back in with you guys later tonight and let you know what I was able to accomplish and finish out this reading challenge. I finished Every Heart a Doorway. It is the end of the reading challenge, and I am here to say that I rated the book 3 stars. That's not what I'm here to say. I'm here to say that I finished the reading challenge and I'm really proud of myself, but I also need to be saying that I finished the book and I rated it 3 stars. I wasn't super in love with it. I felt like the concept was really cool, but I just wasn't hooked into the story that much, and so I'm kind of disappointed with that. But anyways, I'm going to be moving on. I do think I will try to read the next one in the series. I read the little blurb on Goodreads about it, and I'm interested enough to continue on with the series, so that's really odd for me. Normally when I rate a book kind of a 3-star, I'm not willing to continue on. This week I read so many books. I feel like I really didn't accomplish that much, but honestly I did. I ended up reading 4 books and starting a 5th one, and then I also managed to get something for at least every single category, so that's awesome. Let me pull up the category list and we can talk about everything that I read really quickly. This is for the Backlistathon in case you've already forgotten or haven't been reading the title anytime recently. So the first prompt was shortest book, and for that I started and finished Shades of Magic by V.E. Schwab, and I rated it 4 stars. I enjoyed it. I liked the artwork. The next category was a book that intimidates me, and for that I started but did not finish The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. I've been listening to this on audiobook. I have like 38 hours left. I did manage to listen to more of it today, but not 38 hours worth of it. The next prompt was something that someone has recommended to you, and this was a book that I managed to finish, but I had already started before this challenge. That was the second Harry Potter. I left the rating 5 out of 5 stars. I will talk more about my rating for all of that in my Harry Potter wrap-up when I'm done with this series. Next prompt that I read for was most excited, and that was Every Heart a Doorway. I managed to start and finish that for this reading challenge. I ended up rating it 3 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed it, but not as much as some of the other books that I've been reading. The next prompt that I read for was Diverse Read, and for that I finished The Starless Sea. I had already started that beforehand. I listened to the audiobook for that, and I really enjoyed it. I rated it 5 out of 5 stars, and then I ended up adding it to my favorites bookshelf on Goodreads. And the final prompt was reading a book with blue on its cover, and almost all of the books that I read go into that prompt, so I wasn't reading anything particularly just for that prompt. So yeah, that was this week's challenge. I think that if I hadn't been sick, I definitely would have read more this week, but I can't fault myself for getting sick. I'm still kind of getting over it. Whenever I get sick, I'm sick for a long time, and that just kind of sucks, and I just have to kind of get used to that. Let me know if you've read any of these books or if you tried out this reading challenge, and until next time, I'm pretty sure that I have forgotten how my outro goes, so bye.